On one Buddhist Uposatha day, Anathapindika had a conversation with his employees about a particular new laborer. He asked them if they had told the new hire that today was the Uposatha day and that everyone was fasting. They said that they hadn't. Anathapindika then told them to prepare food for the new hire. When the new hire came in for dinner, he saw that the room was clean and empty. There was one meal prepared for him. He asked, "Sir, has everyone else already eaten? Have I arrived too late?" The lead worker said, "No, today is the Uposatha day. Anathapindika leads us in fasting and prayer. We do this to develop our paramitas, our qualities, and to gain good karma for desirable future rebirths." "Well then, sir, I wish to Atitana and swear to take the 8 precepts today on this Uposatha day. May the merits gained today help me develop strong paramitas and lead to desirable rebirths in my future." However, since he hadn't had any food all day and worked hard doing manual labor, the new hire was in tremendous pain. The other workers were worried about him and told Anathapindika, who rushed to check on the new hire. "Young man, are you okay? I was told you were ill." "Sir, I'm in pain, but happy to bear it." "Young man, you didn't even know about the Uposatha today when you were hired. It is okay if you eat something. You can always do the Uposatha next time." "My lord, I see how you've inspired so many people to observe the precepts on the Uposatha day. I have already made my vow. Please allow me to keep my word." "I see. Then I respect your wishes and anumotana. I rejoice with your dedication." In the end, the young man was not able to overcome the pain and passed away in the night. Anathapindika helped take care of the young man's funeral costs. However, after passing away, the young man was reborn as a Dewa, an angelic being in a large tree on Anathapindika's property. The dedication and steadfastness he held during his last day yielded fruit as his favorable rebirth. The Dewa said, "By observing the Uposatha precepts for only a half day, and by not giving up once I gave my word, and being willing to trade my life for what I believe to be a good cause, I've been reborn as a Dewa. It is so marvelous that even through meeting Anathapindika for one day, I was able to be inspired." There was a family of low-level Dewas living in a virtual space above one of the entranceways of Anathapindika's mansions. As customary of the rules of their realm and status, whenever monks walked through the arch, the family of Dewas had to leave. It was improper for them to physically position themselves above the monks, who were of higher spiritual attainment than the Dewas. Since Anathapindika invited the monks for alms and offerings many times a day, every day, the Dewas had to leave their home quite often. Very angry and annoyed, the head Dewa decided to do something about it, but he was afraid to speak to Anathapindika directly. So the Dewa decided to find others to do so. He went to visit a servant and said, "Awaken, for I have urgent news to discuss with you. I am a Dewa that lives in the virtual area above the 4th archway. As a servant of the master, you should help him look after his wells. As you can see, He used to be very wealthy. Now, his wealth is disappearing every day. He is giving away all his wealth by donating to the Buddha and his monks. He no longer travels to sell and trade his wares to increase his wealth. Speak to your master. Tell him to cease donating and return to trading. This will be to the benefit of all. Spirit, you awakened to tell me this? You are misguided. You are confused. You should not speak this way. If the master hears you speaking this way, you will not like his response. Go. If this is your news, I have heard it, and it is foolish. Leave me. The Dewa was very upset and disappointed at having failed to convince the servant. Next, the Dewa decided to visit Anathapindika's son, Gala. The Dewa said, Gala, son of the master, awaken. I am the Dewa that lives in the virtual space above the fourth archway. I have urgent advice to bestow. The master, your father, has been giving away too many donations. He is doing too much dana. These monks come every day and just take and take. They do not do any work, nor do they trade anything for your father's gifts. All this charity is depleting your father's wealth. How will we live without money? Think about all that we have. Think about all that we enjoy. Is it not because of the money your father has earned? Now what will happen once that money is gone? Imagine losing all this. Speak to your father, tell him to stop giving dana and to return to trading goods. Dewa, you are misguided. Your advice does not help as you think it might. If he followed your advice, it would lead to his loss, not his gain. The monks who you think give us nothing actually give more than any of us could ever repay. Because of your misguided beliefs, you do not see the benefit. Do not think this way any further. It will not end the way you think it will. It will end in your own detriment. I will not speak to my father as you advise. Misguided spirit, be gone. The misguided Dewa decided that he would bring his qualms directly to Anathapindika. The Dewa visited him during the night and said, Anathapindika, master of the house, wealthy merchant, awaken. It is I, the Dewa who lives in the virtual space above the fourth archway. I have very important issues to discuss with you. What do you have to discuss, Dewa? Anathapindika, all you have, you've gained through trade and hard work. In the past, you've spent it to create comfort and pleasure for yourself and others around you. Everyone has benefited from your wealth. Now, however, you no longer travel to trade your wares. You no longer make money. Instead, you give it away. Your wealth is rapidly depleting. This will lead to no good result for you and others you care about. Think about the future. If you give away all your wealth now, what will you have in the future? How can you take care of your family and many servants? How will you maintain your many homes? You should stop doing dana and focus on making money. Stop giving alms and gifts to these monks who visit your home every day. Instead, return to your caravan routes and visit your trade partners and amass your wealth once again. Spirit, I thought you came to speak to me about something important. Instead, you speak to me of foolishness. Even if I lost all my wealth, I would never stop giving dana. Even if I had to give my life, I would never stop giving dana. You are severely misguided and not worthy to be a Dewa who resides in my home. I do not desire those of ill intent or misguided beliefs to live with or near me. Be gone from my home. According to the rules of the realms, the Dewa was only living there as a spiritual guest of Anathapindika. In addition, since Anathapindika was already a Sotapanna, he was of a much higher status than the misguided Dewa. With only the word "begone," the misguided Dewa lost his right to continue living on the property of Anathapindika. He was immediately expelled a great distance away. The misguided Dewa and his family were now in great distress. They had nowhere to live and no one to serve as the source of their spiritual pleasures. The misguided Dewa went to visit many high-ranking Dewas to ask for help. "Great Spirit, protector of the land of Sawati, please help us. Please assign us a place to stay." "Dewa, how does it come that you are homeless and now need a place to stay?" After the misguided Dewa confessed his actions to the Great Spirit, the Great Spirit said, "It is by your own actions that you have brought this suffering upon yourself. You've attempted to persuade those that are doing good to cease their cultivation of merit, merely for your own comfort and to assuage your own fears. This is selfish and misguided. I cannot be the one to place a Dewa such as you into a new residence. You must consult higher authorities." And so, the misguided Dewa sought the counsel of the 4 heavenly kings. He confessed his actions to them and requested their help.
"Foolish, foolish Dewa, you forgot your place. You achieved your status of a lowly Dewa through the good actions you took while still alive. Now you seek to block and dissuade others from doing good. That in itself is an evil action. Furthermore, the good actions that you seek to block are not just simple good actions. They are incomparable.
A Buddha has been born into this world, and the wealthy merchant is giving dana to him. There is no higher dana that can be given in this world, or any other worlds. Yet instead of anumotana, rejoicing with his great actions, you seek to end this action. This is beyond evil. We cannot preside over or change your karma. Seek advice from higher powers." And so, the misguided Dewa went to ask for advice from Saka, the king of all gods. By this time, the misguided Dewa had reflected upon his actions and felt great guilt and remorse. Instead of asking Saka to wash away his evil, he asked Saka to seek forgiveness from Anathapindika on his behalf. "Dewa, I cannot seek forgiveness from others for your actions. This is not how karma works. Whatever action we commit, whether good or evil, we will receive the result of those actions. No one is exempt from this irrefutable law of karma. Not even Dewas, the 4 kings, or even I myself, Saka. However, I can give you advice. Your actions were evil and fueled by misguided beliefs. Clear your misguided selfish beliefs and invest your energy in doing good and beneficial actions instead. Do not wallow in self-pity or depression. Instead, actively seek out ways to grow and atone for your past actions. You say that the merchant Anathapindika's wealth is dwindling. You are a Dewa. You have lived for much longer than the lifespan of a normal human. You have the knowledge that you can use to help you in your atonement. Do so." The misguided Dewa humbly took the advice from Saka and began to see a way out of his self-imposed suffering. The evil actions of the past, in trying to stop others from giving dana, caused his eviction. This was old karma. However, his current actions of depression, guilt, and pity were new decisions, new karmic actions that he was consciously making every moment. He decided to stop wallowing in self-pity, guilt, and depression, and to take action. Anathapindika had many debtors who shirked their responsibilities and avoided repaying their loans. The misguided Dewa visited them in their dreams and convinced them to repay their debts to Anathapindika. Through his long life of Dewahood, the misguided Dewa gained knowledge of an unclaimed treasure, found it, and brought it to Anathapindika. With his heart full of repentance and humility, the misguided Dewa once again visited Anathapindika. Master, distinguished merchant and great giver of dana to the worthy ones, I have learned the error of my ways. I have attempted to atone for my evil by pressuring your debtors to repay their debts, and for having unclaimed buried treasure to be brought to you. By my actions, I hope that you can forgive me for my folly and selfishness. I have learned my lesson. Please forgive me. Dewa, if you present your story to the Buddha and he forgives you, I will as well. And so Anathapindika and the Dewa went to visit the Buddha. The Dewa presented the entire story to the Buddha and asked for his forgiveness. What did you learn from this story? We hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you did, and click subscribe if you want to see our uploads.